What is going on, guys? It's Sumner Healy here. I just stepped away from all the traffic in LA. I'm in this little alleyway. It's a little bit loud, but what I want to talk to you guys about is the idea of a fat burning zone, or burning fat in general. This is something that comes up quite often. I get a lot of messages of, how do I burn fat? Or what's the best kind of cardio to burn fat and shed fat away? And in my opinion, this is one of the biggest misconceptions in the fitness industry, is because there's this idea that there's a certain kind of exercises or certain states of training that allow you to use fat as an energy source and therefore burn just fat. And while there's truth to that matter, HIIT cardio that are going to utilize fat more so than glycogen or carbs or whatever it may be, but here's the thing, here's where most people go wrong. Taking that view is taking the short game approach. Getting results in fitness comes down to having a long-term view, and the long-term view on actually burning fat, losing weight, or getting leaner comes to a simple equation. It's a very simple equation of consistently being in a caloric deficit over time. Now there's two ways to go about this, and I recommend using both of these methods. The first way is to use more calories, right? This is taking the cardio approach. And it really doesn't matter whether this is slow state cardio, whether this is HIIT cardio, whether you're doing it in a gym, out of gym, mountain biking, using the treadmill. It doesn't really matter what the tool of choice is, as long as you're expending more calories than you're presumably taking in, right? We're looking to be in that deficit. And again, it doesn't really matter if we're using fat as an energy source or glycogen as an energy source. All that matters is that over time we are in a deficit, right? The second way to modulate this, and the second way to manipulate this, is through our diet. And this is why I recommend coupling both, because if you do just one of them, it's too extreme. And anything that's extreme in fitness isn't sustainable. Anything that isn't sustainable isn't gonna allow you to see long-term results. So eating in a deficit means eating below your daily total energy requirement. So let's say you burn 3,000 calories at rest during the day. That's just your baseline. That's a rather high baseline, but let's assume that that's your baseline. If you wanted to lose weight, the best way to go about it would be to be eating in a deficit, so eating below there, whether that's 200 to 300 to 400 calories. We typically don't want to go very extreme. You wouldn't want to be in 1,000 or 2,000 calorie deficit, because again, not sustainable. So we'd want to go in a very slight caloric deficit, and we would want to couple that with some kind of activity that's going to allow us to expend more calories. So the ideal situation is that your resting calorie level is 3,000 calories, you're consuming 2,600 calories, so you're in a 400 calorie deficit, and then you're doing 200 calories of cardio. That means you're in a 600 calorie deficit, and then your net calorie intake, factoring in cardio, would be 2,400 calories. This is how you sustainably burn fat. And again, it doesn't matter about being in that fat burning zone or doing certain kinds of exercises. It's all about the math. It's all about that equation, and then sticking around long enough to see the results actually happen. The changes in the body are always slow, whether it's building muscle, losing fat. Nothing ever comes quickly, and so it's important that you hit these numbers, you're in that deficit for a long enough period to actually reap the benefits and shed away fat. This is how I do it for myself. This is how I do it for my clients. This is how I've gotten results for hundreds of people. It's not by doing anything fancy. It's just simple math, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more videos like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. If you're interested in inquiring about one-on-one coaching, you want to get in better shape, whether that's building more muscle or losing weight, hit the link in my bio, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Much love.